let's move on to sound. Now, I've called this one audio excellence, but before we talk about sound, I'm here to suggest that sound is more than 50% of your film. Why? Yep. Sorry? Yes, but what happens if you go to the movies, and you sit down in your seat, you've paid your money to see the film, and the sound guy in the projection booth doesn't turn the volume up? What's going to happen? You can't hear, can you? You don't know what's happening. It's just mouth moving and no sound coming out. You'll switch off and you'll probably go home. You'll accept poor quality vision before you'll accept poor quality sound. So what I'm saying here is think about your sound quality. It is really important. Some of the things to think about when you're recording sound is choose your location where you record sound very carefully. Not under the flight path of the 747s. Not next to the freeway where the trucks are charging by. Not with the cicadas and, just deafening. Choose your location carefully and do a location recce first to check out your location to see whether it's, a worthwhile spot. Now, the mics that are in these cameras are really good, but you've got to set them up in the menu for the way you want to shoot. So whoever the camera operators are, I'm telling you, you must learn how to set your camera mics up so that you get the best quality sound when you're using the camera mic. All right? Now, this is a better way of recording sound. That's your external mic. It has a cable that goes into the camera. And when I talk into this microphone, it's the best way to record my voice. All right? If I'm doing a piece to camera as a journalist, I would do this. This would be the logo. That would be fine. I'm doing a piece straight to camera. That's great. If I'm doing an interview, similarly, I would ask my question, and then I would move the microphone over to get the response backwards and forwards, and so on. If we were doing a drama where we don't want to see the microphone, you'd maybe mount this microphone just out of shot. So here's the framing. It's a head and shoulders shot of me, but we don't want to see the microphone because I'm just having a conversation with someone. But we want good quality sound, so just put the mic, set it up on a table or on a stick, and the sound guy or girl can hold it just out of shot. That's your friend, the best way to get good quality sound. Now, how do you know you're getting good quality sound? Use your headphones. Use your iPod buds or your headphones and listen. Plug it into the camera and listen to the sound that you're recording. Really important. Sound isn't just about my droning on voice. What are some of the other things that we can use, other elements of our film, other sound elements?
Expression.
Yes? What else? Sorry, I can't hear you. That's right. That's called sound effects or a sound layer, because that's you want to hear the noises of the animals. Yeah?
Like when, say in a film, something happy happens and it's got like happy music.
Yes, that's called the soundtrack or the music that you use. Use your music that suits what you're showing. So happy music, if it's a happy film, all the films we've shown so far today, they have music that is appropriate to whatever it is. If it's sad music, it might be violin music. If it's, kids, marching, it might be a band music. Like a marching band type music. So use music that's appropriate to whatever it is that you're using. Okay, let's have a look at another clip. This next clip was in fact the overall winner of the KWN Awards last year, but it's called Environmental Rescue, but it has some really good examples of audio. So let's have a look.
Hey Bob, this looks like a good tree to cut down.
Go.
Look out! Timber!
is getting destroyed. Help!
Wait, did you hear that?
Probably just some stupid bird or something.
Help! Help! My nest is getting destroyed. Help!
This sounds like a job for the environmental rescue team.
These elements on the screen here are the reasons why that film excelled. Give me an example from that film of where they used dialogue as a sound element. Yeah? Yeah, the kids were saying, come on, bring the bulldozer over here. Yep. The which? No, that's not dialogue. That's sound effects. So dialogue is when someone is talking. So the actors, you know, come on, Bob, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, standing there, that's called dialogue or 100% audio.
When the kangaroo thing was talking to the other.
No, the kangaroo thing, that's called voiceover because the kangaroo thing is a paper mache model. So it's not actually, it can't talk. So the kids had to do voiceover to do the character voices. That's called voiceover. So you voice over those characters, okay? The next one, music. They used music really successfully there. They could have used more varied music, but they used music in space. And we talked about sound effects. Okay, the chainsaw was one sound effect. What were some other sound effects? Someone from over here. Yep, the back. The birds, yeah. What else? Yep. Bulldozer, yeah. Yep.
When the computer was like beeping.
Yeah, all those noises. Fantastic. Now the last one there is sound mix. Sound mix is actually something that you do in the edit, but I just want to touch on it briefly here. Sound mix is putting all of those sound elements together to actually balance. So the music isn't up really high. Whatever the effect is just set at the right level. If you've got lots of elements in your sound, you have to do a sound mix. So think about your sound before you actually shoot. Say, oh, we could record some nice, bulldozer sound effects here or chainsaw here. It will help with telling the story. Moving on now to editing. I've called this avoiding the Zs. What do I mean? Yep. To sleep. It means don't send your audience to sleep. That's the Zs, avoiding the dreaded Zs. If you make a film that's boring, everyone's going to go, oh, boring. So this is what we're going to do here. The first thing is nominate someone who is going to be your editor, someone that actually is used to computers. If they're not used to computers, they might struggle. So that person should be, does anyone like using computers? Okay, so you're going to have someone to choose. Get used to your editing software before the end of your shoot. Learn your software so you don't struggle at the end. Okay, so let the editor get involved in the editing process early. A good film grabs the audience's attention almost straight away in the first 10 to 15 seconds. So make sure in the edit that you actually get that across. Pacing is really important in your film as well. Your shots shouldn't be any more than 5 to 7 seconds in length. If they're longer than that, potentially it's going to get boring. And give the editor the best shots, because you're going to shoot a lot of stuff that you're not going to use. Don't use every shot. That's why you do takes, as we said earlier. Takes get you to find your best shot, so only use your best shot. Now the last point here is invisible editing. What I mean by invisible editing is whoever looks at your film shouldn't be able to tell how many shots you use to make up the sequence. They should just look at the film and take in the story. Okay, just quickly, transitions. Transitions are how you get from one shot to another shot. And most times we use what we call a cut. And that just is a straight hard cut from one shot to another. There's another one called a dissolve. That's a more mellow transition. Okay? So you can do like a change from one location to another. Use a dissolve. There's also a thing called a wipe. Do you know what a wipe is? Someone from over here? What's a wipe in editing? Yeah? Yeah. Correct. It's like a mechanical device. It's like a line that goes across. A clock wipe actually is a way to say time has passed. You can do an iris out, which is sort of another they use them on, Austin Powers type movies uses a lot of wipes. They're fun, but please don't overuse them. Graphics and effects. Well, graphics that you can use, some of the simple ones are titles. If you're interviewing one of your teachers or the headmaster or the mayor or whoever, you just superimpose their title, name, and who they are. John Smith, Mayor of Blacktown. And that's just there. So you don't have to say it in the script. It's just a super. Effects. Slow motion. Fast Mo is another device you can use to speed up action, but quite often it looks quite funny. It's a comedic type effect to use Fast Mo. Does your film have a conclusion? Ask yourself this when you finish the edit. And when your edit is finished, give the film to someone that wasn't involved in the job to check it out, see what they think. Get their opinion so you can say, okay, well, maybe it is a bit long, or maybe I couldn't hear the audio over that section. So make sure you get someone to evaluate your edit. Don't just sort of finish it and say, well, that's it. And the final one there is allow plenty of time for your edit. Let's now have a look at a clip from last year's awards again. This clip is called Taking Control, and it's actually on a subject that is very topical at the moment. So let's have a look.
I was just a normal kid, normal friends, normal grades. I was happy. But all that changed that day, the day they chose me. I don't really know why they chose me. All I know is that once they chose me, things just seemed to get worse. It began with name calling. Names that didn't really mean anything, but they hurt. But it got to the point where I heard those names everywhere, even if they weren't being said. I thought I could escape at home, be on my own. But after not too long I realised they could follow me there too.
So, just a quick recap on that film. What was the subject of the film? Yeah? Bullying. Yeah, very topical at the moment. This film grabbed the viewer's attention straight away. They had a graphic at the front that said what it was about. The shots they used were many and varied. They used all of the techniques that I've been talking about for editing. The shot length wasn't too long, so the pacing was good. Good use of graphics and effects. Again, the nice slow-mo when the boy gets tripped up accentuates that sort of thing that goes on. And the sound mix. That music, it was, that point that you made about the happy music for a happy film. This was music that actually suited the subject matter. And of course, the editing, I was so engrossed in the film, I just watched the film. I wasn't counting number of shots because it actually cut together really well. I'd like you to do what I do, and that is, what does that say? Go to the movies, watch TV, DVDs, videos, news, animations, documentaries, music videos, the lot. When you hire a DVD from your store, your local DVD shop, turn the cover over and have a look on the back, and there's a whole wealth of stuff called special features. Look on the special features and it will give you hints how to make good films. Interviews with the actors, directors, stunt people, special effects. It's all really good stuff. Thank you very much for your time today, guys. Good luck with your filmmaking.